Hi, I'm Chad from Crosse Archery. This is Matt from Grim Reaper Broadheads. New product we're bringing in here in 2020, and he's going to tell us all about them.
Yeah, so like Chad said, we're out here at 2020 ATA show. Been talking with Chad and the guys from Lacrosse, and we're super excited to be bringing in Grim Reaper Broadheads, our Pro Series line into Lacrosse Archery this year. We have truly the most extensive line of American-made broadheads that exists on the market today. Fixed, mechanical, hybrid broadheads, crossbow-specific broadheads, pretty much any setup. And not only American-made, we're really unique as a company in the industry today. We're actually manufactured in our own facility in Utah. It gives us ultimate control over design, over quality, over the process of how our products are made. And we're really kind of standalone in the industry anymore, a company that's been under original ownership for 20 years.
That's
now,
impressive.
Going strong. So really, we're broadhead experts.
Right.
That's all we do.
We
just make broadheads. We, you know, the guys calling the shots and making the decisions and designing the product are the owner, Jay, and myself, the most knowledgeable people about Grim Reaper broadheads on earth. And so it just, and we still have that passion over the product.
Right.
It gets lost.
And you're only making one. You don't.
Right.
You're not pulled in different directions. It's just broadheads, broadheads, broadheads.
Yeah, we focus on broadheads, which we get a little carried away sometimes. We have a ton of SKUs and a ton of different styles.
Yep.
Because we just dream up broadheads and think about broadheads.
That's
full
awesome,
time.
though.
So, yeah, we're truly broadhead experts. We know our stuff. So we feel like this Pro Series line, we've dumped years and years and years of research and testing and design into this broadhead line that really we feel is the best line of broadheads that exists.
Yeah.
So there's a few key models that Lacrosse is going to bring into the shop that we're going to go over today, and I think you guys will love what we have to offer.
Yeah.
So really we talk about Pro Series. What sets the Pro Series apart from anything is this unique tip. All of our broadheads come with, and our Pro line come with this Pro Series tip, which we worked for years on creating the ultimate bone-busting style tip that still has razor sharp tip and edge. So it's a true cut-on contact broadhead, but still has a ton of integrity to bust bone, etc. So this tip is phenomenal. We extend that tip out. It's a solid stainless steel tip that's heat treated and super tough. But we hand sharpen 100% of our Pro tips out of our facility.
That's awesome.
They're razor sharp. As you see on any of our broadheads, and this is our mechanical 2-inch cut whitetail special, our top selling broadhead, you see how far that tip extended out in front of the blades.
Right.
And that's really key in how all of our broadheads work, even on our fixed blades. You can shoot a Grim Reaper on any angle that's an ethical angle that you should even think about taking, and you see that tip hits long before a blade makes contact. You can get crazy angles and still hit the tip before you make contact on a blade. So that's a big key in not getting deflection. If you hit a blade first, it wants to push your arrow or kick your arrow and you get deflection. So getting that tip in first and starting on a path so you don't get deflection is key. So this is our most popular big cut diameter broadhead. It's a 2-inch cut 3-blade. It's called the Whitetail Special. It's been a staple for Grim Reaper for years and our top selling broadhead. It's just a go-to for your average whitetail hunting type scenario, turkeys, small game. It's just a devastating broadhead.
And didn't you say yesterday that you could shoot it with it open at a turkey to just basically lop the head off?
Yeah, so a lot of guys are starting to shoot any of our broadheads, but the blades actually lock open when you open the mechanical blade, and you can open them up. Say you're in a turkey hunting scenario, it's closer range, 20-30 yards, and you're shooting through netting on a blind, or you just want a more devastating open big fixed blade. You can head shoot with it, you can body shoot with it. So yeah, that's definitely an option. You can open the blades up and shoot it just that way, and we've tested a lot. You know, your 20-30 yard type shots, it's actually super accurate.
That's awesome.
So that's a feature. All of our mechanical broadheads work on an internal spring system. No bands or O-rings. They're super user-friendly in the field, in the quiver. Once you have them on your arrows, you don't have to worry about them. You're not busting a band or a clip. You can shove them.
You're not even trying to. You don't have to try to put them on without slicing your fingers open.
You just tighten them on. You don't have to mess with anything. They work on an internal spring system, which is unique. Blade retention system, but it also has a couple other really cool features we'll touch on in a minute. So that's the Whitetail Special. Another broadhead that I'm super excited about was new for 2019, and we're just still getting the word out about this broadhead. It's been a huge seller for us, both with our dealers and just had tremendous results in the field with it, and our customers have, is our new Mini Mag. The Mini Mag is a design we came up with based off short, compact, stout, a good moderate cut diameter. So we created this little 4-blade 1.25" cut mechanical. As you can see, it's got a beefed up pro tip, a short, compact, stout design, so it's obviously super durable, super accurate. But within that little compact design, with 4 blades, you have 2.5 inches of total blade surface.
Right.
So
that's just going to rip through. Whatever it hits, that's going to just pile through.
Whatever it hits, it doesn't have big long blades. It can cause deflection and penetration issues. You got a short, compact design that really helps with penetration and durability, but then you still have total amount of blade surface equaling 2.5 inches, so it's still a super devastating broadhead. So we had tremendous results with the Mini Mag, like the Whitetail and all of ours. It's got that extended tip for angled shots, so just a phenomenal broadhead. Now, one unique thing about the 4-blade design, all 4 blades right on that spring, so that does a couple things that are just really cool byproducts of our blade retention, no rubber band or O-ring systems, the spring system. One, when you hit an animal, any blade starts making contact first, it's going to compress that spring. If you look at that bottom blade, as soon as I start opening 1 or 2 other blades, that bottom blade just falls open. All 4 blades are riding independently on that spring, so as soon as that spring starts compressing, the other blades just release and open. It just requires no energy to open them. They open incredibly fast. Because of that spring system. Another cool feature with the spring system is each blade being on that spring, it actually can cushion back and cam back on that spring, acts as a shock absorber like the shocks of your truck. So if you hit it on an angle and one blade hits first, most broadheads, even a fixed blade, that fixed blade or most mechanicals have a rigid connection to the broadhead. And so if a blade hits first on an angle, it wants to push and fight against your momentum of your arrow and push your arrow to the side. What that spring does, it actually allows that blade to kick back against that spring, absorbing that shock and not pushing your arrow side to side. So instead of getting, when all 4 blades opening, instead of getting a tug-of-war against your arrow and stealing energy and momentum, those blades cam back against that spring. And so you don't get energy robbed. You don't get deflection issues that you may have with other designs. So that short, compact design, those short blades with that spring system, just phenomenal for penetration, for durability, for non-deflection. It's just a little bit of peace of mind, I would think too. Like, you know it's going to open. It's not going to deflect. It's not going to open, and also see, this is a scenario I like to use. You know that if you have this deer quartered away, and in your mind you say, I want to tuck this shot behind that last rib and exit right out the pocket on the other side, you know that's the path that broadhead's going to take. It's not going to be a gamble that, hey, is this broadhead going to deflect off and maybe catch a lung? No, I want to know if I'm shooting a deer and I pick an angle to kill that deer, I want to absolutely know that's the path that broadhead's going to go and going to do its job. I know the deer's anatomy. I know the path I want to take. I don't want my broadhead to let me down. So that's why I love that design. I personally shot multiple animals with the Mini Mag this year. Beyond impressed. And
I think that's what drew Anthony when we talked to you the other day and you showed us that broadhead. It was just like instantly, like, yes, we have to have these.
It's just a neat design and has a lot of cool features to it, and what people are looking for. So another broadhead we're excited about, and it's been tremendous for us, that La Crosse is going to bring into the shop. This is our Micro Hades fixed blade design. Solid steel ferrule, tip, blades. It's a all steel design, stainless steel design broadhead, super compact and tough, super accurate. You can see from the design of it that it's incredibly tough. It's got our pro tip. Even our fixed blades, it's important to have that angle to start the tip before you hit a blade, because even a fixed blade can deflect if the blade hits first. So it's got all those features we build into all of our broadheads. On top of that, in my opinion, it has the best blade locking system that exist on the market. They come pre-assembled. Those blades, even not on an arrow shaft, you can't pull them out. I don't care what you do. It's a 4-point blade locking system. They're locked internally in 2 positions, locked from the tip. The 4th blade locking point is when you tighten the arrow shaft on from the bottom. To remove the blades and replace the blades, you actually have to thread the tip off and lift the blade up and out. So that tip actually is threaded in and locked internally on a post in the center of the broadhead here. So it's as solid as the broadhead that exists. You pull it out of the package. The only thing that can come off at that point is this collar.
Yep.
But you don't have to worry about blades being loose or blades falling off. You pull it out of the package, tighten it on your arrow. You have the most secure blade locking system that I've ever seen in the industry. It's a system that we've proven to be that way for a long time. Now we've added these new micro Hades designs, which are available in 100, 125, 150 grain, a couple different blade configurations. So tremendous. So we're going to send this wood display out to La Crosse with Grim Reaper broadheads. You guys can come in, check them out, play little darts. That wood display is pretty cool. You can play with the broadhead and look at the angles that you can hit. You can try and hit it in the X there and play darts with the broadheads in the shop. Hands-on, check out what Grim Reaper has to offer.
Yeah.
You can see the quality.
Right.
You can see the passion behind the product. You can see in the design that it's a broadhead that you would want to put in your quiver and trust that shot of a lifetime on.
Right, exactly.
So it's just a tremendous line. It's a tremendous story as a company, who we are, how we back up the product, how we back you as a customer up, how we back the dealer up. And hopefully you can feel the passion that I have about the broadheads, because I've poured my heart and soul into this company and these broadheads for well over a decade. And this is what you get with dealing with Grim Reaper. You get passion, you get knowledge, and you get quality American-made stuff.
And I believe you watch them drop?
Watch them drop is their slogan. Put it in a good spot and watch them drop. So
That's
come
awesome.
check them out at La Crosse.
Thanks, Matt. That's great.
Thanks,
Nice meeting
Chad.
you. Can't wait to have
Appreciate it.
these guys.